Okay, I was given this chainsaw. Friend of mine, he moving and clearing out some stuff, and he said it hasn't run in a few years. Well, he hadn't run it in a few years, and so he's trying to move stuff out. He didn't want to mess with it. He said, as I work on this stuff, he give it to me. So anyway, we're gonna get in here, and I first thing I did was push the prime button on it. It's over here on this side, and as soon as I did, it split. It was dry rotted. So I went online, found this kit. Has carburetor, has fuel hoses, it has the prime button, has all kind spark plug, fuel filter, air filter, or I think it's pre-screen. I don't know if it's the only filter, but it was $17.99. I couldn't pass that up. And I was like, you know what? I'll just throw all that on there. Put that forward. Let's see if we can get this thing off. All right, got that cover off. Screws are still in it. So we'll get in here and we'll pull off these covers. Side, it's completely empty. No fluids in it. It definitely is set up. Very good. And it doesn't have fluids in it. They would just go bad. So we'll get it all. See if we can get this thing running. Figured free saw, replacement parts, cheap. Wouldn't hurt. We'll give it a shot. Plus it gives me some content. He gave me something else a while back, thinking it'd give me some content, and it didn't. It just fired right up and ran. So I was thankful for that. So, dirt daubers everywhere. I need a taller stool. Hold on. Okay, is that any better? Got me up. Then I had to raise the table up because the stool was too tall. So, but I think this may be a good angle. So, anyway, we'll see what we got to do to get to that. And then carburetor's here. A few things to move out of the way. There's the air filter cover. We got a new one of these. That one's not even too bad. We got some screw here and a couple bolts here. First time I'm being into this. We'll see how it goes. Alright, we'll get those. I don't know if y'all hear the little bit of thunder in the background, but we're having some weather right now. Oh, 8 mil. Right now, just sprinkling a little bit. A little thunder off in the background. Earlier it was raining pretty heavy. So We may have some more heavy stuff come in. Hopefully this mic picks me up over the rainfall. We'll see. Two little 8 mils set off, and this is a T20. I'm taking things off. I'll pull that off to the side. There's that little carburetor. See what it takes. I think it just has to break the seal. Yep, it'll slide off. Get the throttle cable off of it. Go ahead and move this choke lever off. Maybe not. Yeah, that fuel. Fuel line just broke right off. I can't get the fuel lever out. Surely I ain't gonna pull the handle apart. It's got a pin. Do I have any kind of screw here to get that off? Sure how to get. There's that. Maybe that'll be it. Push the trigger forward so that you have enough room to get that off. And then that comes off. Alright. Now let's pull this thing off. And fuel lines are just, yeah, I think it's time to place those. And this kit comes with all that. The line is just brittle as can be. Alright. Figure out how to pull this off. You see that button is just falling apart. Looks like it just has some little plastic deals that clip in there. I just got these little clips that pop in there. Alright, so that's out. Let's take a look and see what all the new kit has. And I can reuse that. And reuse that. Probably nothing wrong with this. Okay, had a phone call come in, took it. A kiddo calling me. So, anyway, we'll unbox this. Here's the new little air filter. Not much to the air filter. New baby carburetor. These are just so tiny. Spark plug. New gasket. The prime pump. Comes with some kind of tool. I don't even know what that's meant for. We'll probably find out. That new fuel hose, quite a bit of it compared to what is in there. Comes the rain, so hopefully y'all can still hear me. A little bit more fuel hose. That's probably the prime pump, and that looks like it. I really don't know what that is for. Huh. I have no idea. Oh, it's to adjust the carburetor. It's those. All right. Anyway, we'll get in here and start putting all this back together. Need to find the hose that goes into the fuel tank. I'm sure it needs replaced too while we're at this. So we'll find that and we'll get that changed out. Get this pulled out of here. That's going to be the last thing I worry about. That's what's going to be fun. All right, hold on just a second. That rain is really coming in. I hope y'all can hear me over it. Whew. All right, hold on. Here we go. The old hose pushed on through. It's not in our way. What's going to be fun is I don't know which is the pickup and which is the turn. It was all rotted off and down in there. This is about to get real interesting. Trying to figure out how to get my hose through here and back out. Okay, definitely have this wrong. Definitely. Oh, this yellow line is definitely a fuel line. That's some kind of vent line. I think it's supposed to go from the carburetor to this. Definitely not to the filter. So, if I can get this filter out of here. All right. I should have known, looking at the yellow line, that that was fuel line. This was not. All right, let's see if we can get this yellow line in there any easier. I didn't realize there's two different size yellow lines, so that's part of the reason I didn't think that was going in there. We're going to do the same thing we did last time. Got a pretty good angle there. I'll drop down in that hole and the bottom of this. that down in there and get it started. I can see it. All right. Get this thing off straight. And put our fuel line on there. Our fuel filter. Drop it back in there. Pull our line back until alright. Now we'll go straight from there, straight into the carburetor, and then from the carburetor from the other side of the carburetor we go into this, and then we got a return line goes back down in here. See if we can push that into there without having to cut it. Look like it. This hole is up high at the top, so we just go a little ways in. Looks like we're going to do the same trick. Get that in there, get it started. I don't even know if we can get almost to that. That lightning, oof. There ain't no way I'm getting almost to that. We'll see if we can just get it pushed in there with our pick. Poking a hole in it. Just want to get it in there far enough that I can grab a hold of it, pull it far enough that if I did poke a hole in it with this pick, just trim that part off. Alright, let's push it down in there now. Still can't see it. There's a bunch of lightning. I don't know if y'all see those flashes or not. Man. We'll keep working it in there with the pick. So I can get some smaller needle. These are nice. Poked that all up. I'll take and trim that off. Pull it back out because it needs to sit just a little bit above. Just a little bit above where your fuel line will be, or fuel level. All right. Now, that'll go up to our prime pump. That'll go on the smaller side of that. I can get in there. All right, we got that in there. All right, we really need to put our carb on here so we can run the hoses to it. Just go ahead and definitely comes with plenty of fuel hose. Said I don't really know what that clear one's for. So all this is fuel stuff. Anyway, look up. We'll get it set in there. Our little tiny gasket on here. I don't think the old one had one. I didn't pull one off. Don't appear to have one. All right. Probably should have put this on there before I put that in there. Maybe we can. There we go. We got it in there just fine. All right. Get our choke lever in here. Mhm. Pick our other side of our prime up. Get it all stuck back in the hole. Clicks back in there. Put all this back on here. Pretty simple little tune-up. I would have just used the right hose in the first place. Would have been a whole lot simpler. Sometimes you should check your diagrams first. See how everything's supposed to be hooked up before you do it. But I didn't know that all of it would be rotted off and not even connected anymore. I just change it out one for one. All right, let's go ahead and change this out. Yeah, I got the right one. Yeah, I got the right one. Cute little spark plug. Cute little carburetor. Everything's a little tiny. There's nothing wrong with that. That one's going back on the shelf. We're only putting a new one on there because we have a new one. Oh. Alrighty. Prime button works. You can hear it. Alrighty. Start throwing parts back on it. And then we'll try and get some fuel. I mean, go steal it from a neighbor. My dad don't mind me stealing stuff like this. Stealing some of his fuel because most likely he'll probably use this chainsaw as much as I do. Hopefully this will be a quick, easy little startup one. This other one he likes, but just to be able to, this one's a little smaller, be just a little bit easier to handle. Maybe it'll be handy for him. It's not a steel like he has, but for not one that he's just going to use every once in a while, I think it'll be plenty good. I left the screws in that. Left them in place. Getting a little bit worried. Might be stripped out, so we're just gonna go somewhat tight. All right. Pulls real easy. All right. Well, we're gonna go get some fuel. I ain't even looked at the barrel. Oh, there's some in there. Might be what that other hose was for. Because there is a clear hose in there. I bet that's what that's for, but that hose been an oil, and there was oil in there. So, it was in good shape. All right, we'll just worry about the fuel. And I'll be right back. Okay. I had to walk over there twice because I went over, grabbed the fuel, got back over here and got thinking I was the last one went after fuel. And I just got exactly 1 gallon in this little can because he was going to put some stuff in it. I got thinking probably hadn't done this yet because he hasn't used a chainsaw since I got it. So gave him a quick call and he's like, oh no, I haven't done it. So I walk back over there and get this. So just it's exactly 1 gallon of just regular old gas, and then pour this in there. A whole bottle of that, and we'll shake her up, get her mixed up real good, and go back in here. Fill that up about halfway because I want to check it all out before I fully commit. And it did have bar oil, so we're good there. It says to push this 6 times. We're just now getting fuel into here. That means it's pulled it through the carburetor. I'll push it a couple more times. Make sure this thing's full. And it is. So we got it turned on. And pull the choke. And let's see what it does. All right. Alright, turn that choke about halfway. Give it some fuel. Can't quite hold it and do it. Just okay, I think we finally gonna get it started. I realized never put this filter on it and never put no cover on it. I'm saying that this is gonna do much for it. That back on there. That on there. Put this cover back on. We'll see if we can get this thing started. I had it after messing with it for a while. Finally got it. It did not want to start. Finally got it to start. So, put all that back on it. Let's see if we can get it started again. Be nice for it to start on camera, wouldn't it? All right. Now let's see. About half choke. Let's see. Really likes about half choke to start. That's not going to do it for y'all. Or do it on this table, it's wobbly. Alright, we'll come back later and see if we can get it started then. I just can't right now. Alright, somewhere to go. We'll be back. We're not giving up yet. Okay, I think this thing is camera shy. I just got back after running my iron. I back pulled the choke, pulled it one time, and it blah blah blah. You know. Now we're gonna put it half choke and give it another pull, put it on camera, and see what it does. All right, here we go. Half choke. Likes to be full out, apparently. All right, got a little heat into it now. Half throttle, let's see that. Go ahead and lock that chain out. bogging down because that chain was locked. Probably need some adjustment. I don't really know how to adjust that, but we'll get that figured out. All right, we know it runs. I am satisfied with that. Put it back together. Pulled that off. I got some brake clean, and I was going to put some brake clean in there and see if that helped, but ended up not even needing it. All right. It's hard to do it that way. Okay, so saw it. It runs. I didn't get it to idle. Probably need do some adjustment on the carb, and we'll get that adjusted out so it'll sit there and idle. But we know it'll run. We just need to work with it a little bit and get it all sorted out. And so anyway, real easy little kit. Comes with plenty of extra fuel line, and everything seems to be pretty good on it. So real simple to do. Free chainsaw. Just cost me a little bit in repairs, and that wasn't much. So a little time, and it didn't take that long to get it all changed out. It would have taken less if I would have done what I was supposed to the first time and use the actual fuel hose instead of, I think that's oil for the up here. But you know, when you buy these little kits off Amazon, you don't get any kind of instructions. You just kind of got to go with it. Anyway, I hope you all like this. I hope you all hope it's helpful for anybody out there looking to do a little work on this. One of these, it's the Poulan 33 cc, 14-inch bar. I mean, it seems to be a nice little saw. So I'll have to give it a try and see what it'll cut. But anyway, make sure y'all hit that like button, hit subscribe, and that subscribe helps me out. We're still moving forward with all our subscriptions, and we'll get there someday with where we actually can get some money off of this and put it back into the channel. But we're getting there slowly. But just go ahead and hit that like and subscribe and share with friends, and we'll keep doing this. All right. Talk to y'all later. Bye.